Now let's move on to the market in Nigeria. The market starting this week quite nicely, moving up about 0.25% to 33,090 points. This represents a year-to-date improvement for the market now to 17.85%. Total value traded in the market today rose 35% to 3.4 billion naira, while volumes were up 24% to 317 million units. Let's now cross to the stock exchange where David Adonri, General Manager at Lambeth Trust Investment, is standing by to give us some perspective on the market, and he joins us on the line. David, thank you for joining us, and I think a good place to start is to get your thoughts on the impact of results that we're seeing today. We saw Zenith Bank release its first quarter numbers. We saw Unity Bank also report numbers. We saw Zenith Bank's price moved higher, and I think as a result, we did see the banking sector move higher today.
Yes, thank you. The banking sector technically drove the activities in the equities market today. Indeed, the sector appreciated by over 2%, and that materially contributed to the appreciation of the all-share index by over 0.32%. And so it was a wonderful way to begin the week, considering the fact that the market had been very, very weak in the past few days prior to the beginning of this week. And so it does appear that although it's a delayed reaction to the very, very impressive distributions by the key banks, although we are still expecting the result for First Bank Holdings, but the distributions by GT Bank and Zenith Bank, and indeed the Sky Bank that was almost hitting 9% dividend yield, were actually very, very impressive, although the reaction at the time they were released did not appear to be very, very positive. But as it is now, it's like the market has started appreciating the levels of those distributions, and hence we are seeing the market driven technically today upward by activities in the banking sector.
David, if we can talk a bit about the launch of the alternative securities market tomorrow and the impact that is likely to have. Of course, this is supposed to be a market for what they're calling emerging companies on the NSE. I want to hear from you the likely impact this is going to have on driving activity on the market.
Yes, originally when the concept of the second securities market was new several years ago, the intention was that the SSM, as it was known then, was as an incubator, to develop SMEs in Nigeria so that they can meet the listing requirements to be listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. But that sector lucratively did not rise up to expectations. Now we're warranting a repackaging of that sector into what is now known as the alternative securities market of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. It's a wonderful development. I think the goal remains the same, to serve as an incubator for SMEs in Nigeria, to be listed so that they can access the capital market for funds, so that capital can be formed in that sector of the economy, which generally is regarded as a time driver in every
All right.
country.
David, I want to also hear from you how this market is likely to trade over the rest of this week, given the fact that it started on a pretty positive note. On Friday also, we did see the market rise higher, but if you look back into the last fortnight, we've seen the market actually come down. Do you think this is a time we're going to see a rebound, especially considering the fact that we're still having some banks releasing results over the next couple of days?
Yes, I honestly think that we're going to experience a delayed reaction to those very impressive results that were released. Although we have seen a sustained positive reaction to Okomo oil by way of demand, the stock has maintained its position around that 100 naira point of dynamic equilibrium. So I honestly believe that the market will react to other very impressive results and stabilize this week. And if possible, maintain its ground around these 33 thousand.
All right, David. Unfortunately, we really have to end it there. But thank you for joining us and giving us your perspective, David Adonri from Lambeth Trust and Investment, wrapping up the Nigerian market for us.